Good morning, everybody.
Good
Say,
morning.
where's
All the
Lily?
dogs are here.
Hey, Lily.
All the babies. Lily with her stupid new hair. Sorry, baby. It's not stupid. I don't mean that. Mommy's just having a bad day.
Earmuffs, Lily.
I
Earmuffs.
know. She has actual earmuffs. Look at those things. Oh, she's gonna
Big-
show her asshole. Up,
Yay! Lily debut.
Lily.
I
Why do you
know.
always have
Okay.
to show her butt? Oh my God. Okay, seriously. They're very
All
needy this
right.
morning.
So we have maybe Tanya joining us, maybe not. We'll see. Um, I did message her. And then, yes, just got home. Okay, so she's joining here in a second. So we'll wait to review Arnold stuff for when she gets on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, He even emailed me, like, call me when I didn't answer the phone.
Oh my God. It's going crazy. It is stressful when your phone's not working. I
Yeah.
will say that. It's extremely my phone crashed out about a month ago or a couple months ago. It was extreme. I did take care of it myself though.
I
I will
had
say
this issue, yeah.
that.
I had this issue like 2 weeks ago where I was upstairs working and then texting Zach, and then I came downstairs and he's like, "Hey, did you see my text?" And I was like, "No, I haven't gotten a text from you." I didn't get a single text message for him for an entire week. I had to call
Mm-hmm.
Verizon and I was like, hey, super random, but my husband has an Android. I have an iPhone. I'm getting messages from other Androids. I'm getting iMessages. He's getting my messages. I can call him. He can call me, but I'm not getting any of his text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And it took an hour. I had to completely reset my phone to reset the iCloud connection, and they had to reset the iCloud connection from their end. Because what was happening was all of his messages were getting sent because it wasn't showing not delivered on his end. It was showing just
Mm-hmm.
like it's sent. And so what was happening is he was sending me messages and it was getting stuck in the cloud and I was never getting them.
They were stuck in the cloud. Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's
Why does he want to have an Android instead of an iPhone?
he had an iPhone when we met, and he had
Mm-hmm.
had an Android before that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think for work, Androids have a lot more space, like data space on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they operate quicker as far as like when you work a lot on them.
Mm.
And so he switched to Android, and he'll tell you that he hates iPhones, that there's nothing but problems, but he has had way more problems with that phone than I have
Oh,
ever had
really?
to find.
Yeah.
But he's still to this day, like with the text messages, he's like, it's got to be your phone. It's not my phone. And I'm like, okay, mister,
Yeah.
I've had to replace my screen 3 times and now it won't turn on. Yeah.
I
It's been a
tell you,
while.
I don't see her.
I'm so happy to see
Oh,
all
there
of
she is.
you.
Good morning slash evening.
Are we good with Thursdays moving forward? Because if so, I'll announce it here and we can post on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays. Does that
Yeah,
work
you
for you,
know, well,
Tanya?
Thursday.
I'm good for that.
So far, it's okay with me.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Um,
I happen to run a little bit later today because I
okay.
usually wrap up training around like 7:30 p.m. my time, and I should be able to hop in easily.
Good deal. Because I think Angela's off on Thursdays and I don't start seeing patients till 10, whereas on Tuesdays I start at 9. So it just gives us more time.
Hmm.
And that
Yeah,
way we're not like, oh, I have 3 minutes and I have to go.
yeah,
Um,
it's not too stressful for you as well.
yeah, yeah.
In the clinic.
Okay, I gotta back up. I feel really close. So, okay, like my sweatshirt.
That is so cute. Oh my God.
I
Is
saw
this
Tanya's
new?
new training shoes.
Oh yeah, I have new training shoes.
Angela, did you see
Did
them
you?
on her
No,
story?
oh yeah, I did. I saw him. Well, I saw him in your your check-in pictures.
Yeah,
That's
I was
I'm in
funny.
my
like, those
second
are
pictures now.
anabolic.
It's
Did you
so
actually
good.
train in those?
So I wanted
Mm.
to wear them to the gym because I plan to like, because I'm always training in socks. Like,
Yeah.
when you do legs and you remove the shoe.
Oops. Yep.
So I was like, what's the point of wearing a shoe? I might as well like
Yeah.
wear a sock and like something that I can just like slide nicely into and get down to the gym. So I bought this and because like my boyfriend and I have been chasing this anime and so I was like trying to look like I was like, maybe they have slippers. And then this thing popped up and it was like $3, no, $1.30 on
Oh, wow.
AliExpress
Oh
this
my
pair.
God.
That's
Bargain.
incredible.
And it's $1.30 Australian dollars. That puts up to like maybe like 50 cents USD. So like 50 cents for a pair of like cotton shoes like that.
That's
You
It
should
was
awesome.
probably
ridiculous.
get like two or three pairs for that bargain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I bought this and I didn't want to like wear this to the gym today, and then because it was so cute, I was like, oh my God, it's too cute for me to like
Mess up at
want
the
to
gym.
just
She needs a pair for
yeah like go from
herself,
like orange to
a pair for
gray.
the gym, a pair for home.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like I am actually really contemplating buying another one just for the house.
I would.
I mean, for $1.30, I think you can do it. I think you should just go for it. Just
I have a
saying.
ton of pair of house shoes. I get like addicted to them. I really want the new Birkenstock closed-toed house shoes. Um, but they're out of stock in my
I don't
size.
think either one of us has even a remote clue of what the hell that looks like.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
They're
We're
ugly.
both
The
like,
Birkenstocks are ugly, but
the
I do
Birkenstock
love them.
closed-toed house shoe.
But
Yeah.
I would pick Birkenstocks over like Croc shoes
Yeah.
personally.
I don't think Crocs are comfortable. They hurt the little balls on them, they hurt my feet. Have you ever worn Crocs? I don't understand people that love
I wore
Crocs
them
that
as
much.
a kid because my
Yeah.
mom bought them and I did get comfortable, but I wouldn't say that they are like that comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Violet loves them. I don't think they're
I
comfortable at
just feel
all.
like I'm stepping into a sponge. That's
Yeah.
what the texture is like.
Hmm. Do you train without your shoes on upper body days too? Like pushing days?
So far, no. Unless I'm doing like a bent over row, then yes.
Hmm.
A Meadows row?
No, even a dumbbell row as well.
Oh, I thought you
Because
said
like I like to be able to feel myself get into an actual hinge.
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I trained upper body this week.
I saw
How's
your
it
reel.
feeling? We
I will
saw.
comment. I will send you my comments later on.
I It depends on the movement. I am very aware of my boobs, and there are some movements like I can't do anything chest supported right now because I can't actually support
Yeah,
Yeah.
with my chest. And so, like you'll
yeah.
notice when I send videos, like my like Superman lat raises, like I have the I have it. I'm higher than I know that I
Underneath.
need to be, so that I'm not on my chest.
That's
And
actually
then
what I would recommend. Most people like, even if eventually you do get yourself to like a row, I prefer put everyone like having the bench here. If they can scoop themselves all the way up. And if you know,
mhm,
like people shorter, like short girls like me, like sometimes you can't go all the way up to the bench. So what I do is that maybe I'll put like a step board or like two plates at
yeah,
the side of the bench so that I can like have the feet directly under the
Hmm.
shoulders. And what I notice is that because you're more stacked that way, you actually feel more comfortable when you roll. And you don't like this thing too much in the way because it blocks the clavicles here and you can't move
hmm,
well, but you can't do the exercise. So I always tell people like that chest support should be like maybe at the sternum or the
yeah.
upper abs.
And then
Even like a T-bar row, like all the way up there where it's like completely under your boobs. I wonder if that would
Yeah,
hurt though.
I feel more
that's the
Oh yeah,
Birkenstock.
those are cute.
yeah. Oh. Yeah, I feel more comfortable that way, Angela.
There's
Yeah.
But everyone's gonna be different as long as it doesn't impede your movement.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
like no meat right there. Like none. Like I can feel like for whatever reason, like I just don't like you can see my ribs. And
mhm.
even now, even like as thick as I am right now, you can see and feel my ribs. So it really hurt. Those hurt so much.
For
I
me, it
never
doesn't
tried
do
to
the
go that
same.
high though.
Yeah, like if it presses too much in my abdomen, I feel like my endurance for the movement isn't as good and I gas out sooner because of the
Yeah,
pressure.
because it's pressing on the diaphragm at the same
Yeah.
time.
The lungs can't like expand fully. So it's just a
Hmm.
but anyway, I more so just wanted to okay, here's the mechanics of this movement. How does this feel? How does it pull? And I was able to keep things pretty light and hit failure, but I'm telling y'all, the first 2 days that I lifted any new muscle, my arms like D. I'm like, oh
Mm,
my God. I was like, I
That's
feel
for
like
sure.
it was my CNS was like, screw
yeah.
you. You haven't moved us like this in forever.
How's the soreness though the next day?
Well, the so like I did back and so I did my back shoulder day, um, and I'm not too sore right now. But last week I had DOMS like 2 or 3 days after, which is why I only trained 4 days because my boobs weren't hurting, but my intercostals were really
Hmm.
under. And I was like, my recovery is just not where it normally is. I just gotta,
Yeah.
get into it. But this week I feel good. I am really shaky. I am weak. And I need some body work done. So I messaged my massage girl and I was like, hey, any creative ways on how to give me a massage when I can't lay on my stomach?
Hmm.
And so we've worked it out because I have like that suboccipital nerve compression, right here, because I'm always like this on my phone or on the
Hmm.
computer. And so it's almost created like a thoracic outlet syndrome. And I thought it was gone after my surgery, but it's come back. And I know it's like this, and my pillow's like this. So I just got to find one, a better pillow, and two, I'm trying to be mindful of like when I'm not on the phone, like stretching my neck out,
Hmm.
to kind of release some
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
what I try to do. I think like it happens to all of us. Like
Yeah,
really, like if I
it's like
do
a
this, I
golf ball that's
immediately
sitting
feel
there.
tight.
Yeah, and it does, and it shoots down. And I'm noticing that my left shoulder is weaker than my right shoulder. Like when I was
Hmm.
doing like some cable lateral raises, I could get a lot more on my right side than my left. And I mean, I know a little bit of dominance is normal, but it was significantly, but I know it's because of it's being so tight. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, I need some work, even if it's into my scalings and stuff.
I'm sure she can be able to get into that area while you're on your
And
back. So,
she says we can use a body pillow and we can lay me on my
hmm.
side. So she said
Hmm.
she could do it.
When's the last time you've gone for like the body work?
I haven't had body work since my surgery in
Yeah,
December.
so okay, so that would kind of like explain it, you know. At least like we know like okay, it's something that you kind of like need to get released.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm not gonna diagnose because I'm not a medical professional, but if you can move, you can train.
Mhm.
The general rule of thumb, you move, you can train. There's no like sharp pains just raising your arm, and you're not getting that shooting feeling when you're training. Like it's not something that to be like too concerned about.
Right.
Just go
No,
and
it's
get
definitely
the
something I
yeah,
can work
just
through.
get
It's
the
just
release done.
noticeable. Um, okay, changing gears. I did try. I was gonna put together like a little PowerPoint with like the Arnold competitors.
I saw that.
I can't get into my stupid Instagram on my computer because it doesn't actually send me the code to type into my phone. It never comes through,
Hmm.
which is really annoying.
Mm.
I know my
Instagram is
password.
crazy.
And so, but the two-factor authentication, it
Hmm.
never comes through. And so it's really annoying. So I did put together a competitor list in a PowerPoint, but there's no pictures.
Hmm.
And then I tried
Before
to
we
log in
start,
this morning again, and okay, come on then.
before we start, I just want to say like I know like we're all past this topic for a while, but I feel a little sad that probably Fit Model is just gonna be at the Arnold's before the rest of the more muscular female divisions ever
It
will
will be.
again.
Oh, absolutely. This is a stupid question, but is there fit model there this year? I don't know.
I
No.
think the amateurs.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
there's not
There's,
even
I think
amateurs.
no,
I
amateurs.
don't know about
The
amateurs. I don't know
amateurs
about
today.
they
I
What'd
might
you
don't
be.
know
say,
any.
Tanya?
The amateurs. Arnold amateurs is today. The pro qualifier.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone asked me if I was going to the Arnold, and I was like, I haven't been to the Arnold since they removed the larger female divisions,
Hmm.
and I don't even watch it. Honestly, like I don't even watch it.
Mm.
And I will this weekend because I have a men's physique guy in it. And I want to see how he does. And just trying to get more like supportive of every division because I know I've always kind of, y'all give me a second. My dogs are playing right under me and it's so freaking distracting because it's just like all up under me. So I'm gonna mute myself.
I think fit model is absolutely. I'm sorry. I think it's so stupid. I don't get it. I get that they were trying to make more money and all that, but it doesn't. It's not bodybuilding. It's ridiculous. I don't get it even a
I
little
I
bit.
I can close an eye if you're telling me it's like maybe true novice entry level,
That's not a
but
pro. How are you at the Olympia then?
no, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I really disagree that it should be on the Olympia stage.
Yeah.
Like to me, like then what's the? Because to me, then I don't know the difference between um NPC fit model, natural bikini.
Hmm. And you have Olympians downsizing. You have bikini Olympians downsizing to
Yeah,
say
like
now they're a
Janet.
fit model. Several of them.
Yeah, Janet's one of them. Leog, I can't pronounce people's
Like,
last.
mm,
Yeah, so she's trying to go down to Fit Model. But what's it's already happening. Fit Model was created to be a very natural looking, a bikini circa 2015, right? Which I agree with y'all.
that
I'm
was
not a
how
fan.
Ashley Cole also like looked at
Yeah,
the beginning.
Yeah, and so we've seen the divisions get more and more muscular, right? And we see this trend every time. Female bodybuilding came back. They downsized all the other divisions to make room for bodybuilding. Now we have fit model in the chat, so bikini's bigger. So now figure has to get bigger. Wellness has to get bigger. Everybody has to get bigger now because they've introduced this smaller division. And but I agree. Like I don't, I'm not a fan of fit model. I do like the bikini look now. I think it is a more attractive. I like more muscular bikini girls.
It's
But
just a more athletic look. You know what I
it
mean?
is. It's a good look. That is to me, it's more respectable. Not that I didn't respect bikini, but it is it's become a more respectable division because they actually have good size to them now.
Yeah.
Um, but it does make me fearful for what's happening with figure. Me and Angela were talking about this the other day. Like the figure division, we've got to put a governor on it. Like, um, it's, and I know we talk about all the time, like women's physique girls hiding in figure. And
Yeah.
we're seeing it a lot. Like there's several figure girls that I look at their check-ins and I'm like, you shouldn't be in figure. Like y'all
Yeah, sometimes
not
it's
switching
really
up
obvious
divisions
that
is why
yeah,
the division is
even
getting
even from a
pushed.
shape perspective.
Yeah, I get that. But there
Mm,
has to be like size, because women's physique can be the same shape as figure, but it is a more muscular division. So, like,
yeah.
where's the line of shape versus size and pushing people up? You know what I mean?
They are bringing down figure though.
I
I
hope that
think
I'm curious to see how this year goes.
there's like
Mm,
three or four girls right now that are not even pro, like they're competing and they're getting a lot of like hype because they look phenomenal. They look crazy, especially for not even being they're still being amateurs, but the size, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's a lot. I definitely think the size is being pushed in figure this year. And even on some of the more popular like pro girls, like it's just it's interesting. It's going to be a very interesting season to see what's rewarded
we
in the
need more
division.
people to be doing this because
Hmm.
it really helps like the bigger divisions to survive.
Hmm.
Tanya, I just sent it in the Muscle and Muse chat on Instagram. This one girl we're talking about, she's an amateur. She was in wellness and just moving up for figure, but like her
Oh, I've
size,
seen her.
yeah, she's impressive,
Yeah.
very impressive.
She's a hairdresser,
Is
which
she?
I'm also like, how the hell do you get delts like that as a hairdresser? Because I feel like it's harder for hairdressers to get delts because of the stress that we put on our shoulders constantly.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck?
It's,
Her upper
she's
body's
really
crazy.
dense though. This is
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like she doesn't belong in
It's
figure.
like the density is like
Yeah, she needs to be in women's physique. She'd be killer in women's physique.
A
yeah,
lot
I
of
can
them
see
don't
her
have a lot of lower
hitting
body
that
though,
front
I will say.
double and it will look good.
Say
Like
again.
Hmm.
okay. I can see her
Oh,
like
front
hitting the
doubles.
front back double and she would.
It would look phenomenal. Yeah, I think she actually has one where she's flexing her back on her Instagram page. She's very much in prep right now. She's getting quite
Which
lean.
one did you show her? The one that was the IPC wellness girl or the whatever that other
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not disrespecting it. I just don't remember what it's
I
called.
don't know either, but yeah,
Hmm.
that girl. But yeah, she's getting a lot of hype. Female bodybuilding channel posted her, and their female bodybuilding channel obviously loves female muscle. So they're excited about these big figure girls. But
The one I
Yeah.
sent you yesterday is also, I think it was yesterday that I sent. Now she has a very smaller lower body, but she is like very dense and muscular. She's also amateur.
yeah, and so like, but I do
Yeah,
I
see
do see it
you
quite
see like
often where the large amateur girls are not rewarded. Like, so we'll see what happens.
see what I feel like okay, just looking at her, why the upper body is this size is because she came from wellness. So when you have I have like that developed of a lower body to kind of like match
Mm-hmm.
that lower body, she has to bring the upper body up that much.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't look like a very tall girl as well, so
No, I
she
think
looks
Hmm.
she's
even
very
more
short.
compact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And her
so
waist
it
is super,
all
super
the more it's
tiny.
going.
Yeah. I mean, she's got great shape for figure. I just think that there's too much density there for what the division calls for. But,
Yeah,
you never know. She might look a lot bigger in person or the way she's flexing or posing in her videos. And then you see her on stage and she's not big. She's just
Yeah.
really shapely. So therefore she looks big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, a couple of her pictures, that's why I'm like, you never know. Like Instagram, you just cannot judge it. What matters look what you look like on stage because Instagram, I mean, we all know there's angles involved in lighting and all of that
Yeah.
shit.
yeah,
So,
I mean, she could do like
I
I
I
do and lose
never
10
ever
pounds of
take
muscle in
like
the last 6 weeks. So
I never take Instagram seriously or like, I pay too much attention to it
hmm
because it
yeah, you
really
really
doesn't
can't.
matter.
Because you see some people look hella impressive on Instagram and they get on stage and you're like, oh,
That's my biggest fear.
I know, baby. You're gonna be fine. Okay.
That's why I told her that. I said like, hello, I don't know.
She's like, I feel attacked and seen.
No, I get
Like
it
I'm
though, because
worried.
that's how I felt going into Tupelo because I lost so much size. I lost like 6 pounds the last 2 weeks and I just lost a lot of pop. But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I was like, I still felt like I belonged there, and that was what mattered.
Yep.
All right, let me
I
share.
you're very figure. There's you're doing great, honey.
Thanks. I did
You really
ask
are.
Johnny, I was like, Johnny, do you want me in a different division? I was thinking about
He's
wellness because my
like,
back's going.
calm down. He's
I
like,
mean,
you
I
need
could
to
be
simmer
wellness.
on down.
He's like, no. But he didn't even consider wellness. He was like, no, I don't think you need to be in WPD yet. He was like, I think you're good in figure. I was like,
I'm
okay.
pretty confident we'll see your back come up though. I mean,
Yeah,
because I will be
very
making
quickly.
some changes to the execution
Right.
and just doing that for Angela. I was like, 4 weeks. There we go.
You
Yeah.
know what? I said just I was talking about my butt is very full right now, like fuller than it usually ever is. So I'm definitely I enjoy that part. So I was like, we were talking about how good things are going, and I was like, and don't be surprised if you have to see me in wellness in 2027. And you know what he said? He said LMFO or whatever it is, laugh my fucking ass off. That's what he said. Thank you, Justin.
It's his replies. Like, have you seen his replies to me like recently in every single
He
chat?
said laugh my fucking ass off about me being in wellness. I was like, okay, thank you.
Oh, that's so funny. I love
Rude.
Like because because now like with him and Nick in one group chat, and then I posted here
I keep
saying like,
thinking about that. Did you see that, Heather?
But
How he basically he low key insulted her.
by
for being
praising me,
Chinese.
insulting me by giving me a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
looking
funny.
at all my training videos because I will have to send Nick my training videos, and the both of them like, wow, like you look like that. I was like, uh-huh. Like you
With
look like
baby
that with
weight.
these weights.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where he's like, how are you genetically able to lift 25 pounds and have this muscle density?
It's like I would be 10 years younger, like biologically 10 years younger, if I could grow on those kind of weights.
Mm,
And I'm not going to knock that response, but like that I have. But at the same time, it's people don't see that compensation is not always obvious to the eye because I am just that good
mm,
at applying force to the chain.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, that's
Like
true too.
no one
Like
can
that's
see
where you
things
kind of
like
get in
that.
execution is more important than the load sometimes, because just moving weight is great for amateurs, but you reach a certain level where you do have to fine tune your training to target, like especially like fine detailed muscle.
Yeah, and I always feel like, at some point we can all kind of figure out the nutrition and the drugs, but no one really fully ever really maximizes the training.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
hmm
can be as simple as like, just motor control, like just like, maybe the way I cue Angela in a row and a couple of others as well. It's just the motor control of like moving the elbow, the shoulder, and the scapula like in the sequence that it needs to, and
hmm
priming the brain to move them in the right timing, not too early where you dump your shoulder forward and not too late where you get stuck and not getting enough retraction. That's gonna take time, and motor control is really something that, like, I was lucky because I had Kelvin when I started. So I've been used to training this way. But for most people, like, obviously I don't want them to like be shifting out of training like the way they did, which was giving them fun, to the way I am doing it, even though the goal is to get here at some point, because it's gonna take the joy out of training, having to focus on so many things. That's why
Right.
like I told Angela, like, let's
You just do
eat
it one
one
thing at
thing
a
at a
time,
time.
though. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But and also, I think you still get like even when you make us like you and you feel something, a movement that you've been doing like split squats, you feel those in a certain way for so long, and you think like, fuck, like I could never make that hurt more, and then you make a slight shift in your in or adjustment and just a tiny adjustment and then you feel it deeper, you're like, whoa, it's like crazy that just a slight
Yeah, it just
shift in
shifts
like,
everything.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it still makes it that's fun to me, is that you can keep making stuff like harder. You
From
can,
being in the
what I'm
gym.
not necessarily harder, but you do know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Mm.
you can still have a challenge. Like it is a challenge to undo like patterns that weren't serving you as well. It's not like they didn't serve you at all. I mean, even if you have like
Because like
not the
how
best.
everyone has been training right now, like how the both
Mhm,
of you used to train in the way many others have, like it taught you how to train hard.
right,
Yeah, but you get
exactly.
to where you are right now, that you are advanced enough to have to pull back so that you don't accumulate issues down the
hmm
line.
hmm Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Because
it
like
is
people,
it optimal? Maybe not, but it's just finding fun in like a different way.
yeah.
I like
hmm
it.
hmm
I like fine tuning. I like things being controlled better than slinging stuff around because you do get like your joints start hurting, you know?
Yeah, and
And
honestly, I never thought it was possible until like, have you seen the weights that Sydney uses as well? And granted, she's a
hmm
specimen of her own,
well,
but
even like
she
Drea.
still
Drea
would
doesn't
not
lift
look the
heavy.
way she, yeah,
Are you talking about Sid Gillian?
Sid
yes.
and
Oh,
Drea,
okay,
neither
yeah,
one of them
yeah.
lift
Like,
heavy.
oh, she like baby weight a lot. Exactly. Like, I'm like, what the hell?
But it's
Yep.
execution. Also, too,
hmm
they, with them being the standard of the sport, like they are more focused on fine tuning than
The
actually wanting
details.
to grow or,
hmm
anything.
Yeah.
And so we have this, it's a unique setting right now with like Rhea, right? Because Rhea
hmm
is great, but she can balance out a little bit better. And you still see her fine tuning now, but I think she's scaled way back on her back training and is really trying to bring up like hamstrings and glutes because her back's very dominant.
hmm
I
Whereas
watched
Sid
uh
was
I
perfect.
watched an interview with AJ and she literally only trains like 3 times a week now.
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah, but
I
then we
would go
need her.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like having a 4 day split, and I didn't think that I would because I had always done 5 day splits. But granted, I didn't change till 4 days till post show, and a lot of that was just to aid recovery, right? But
hmm
I coming out of that like show phase, I did respond really, really well to a 4 day split, and I actually liked having a weekend day where I was like, oh, I don't
I
have
got
crap
nothing
to do
else.
today. Like what do I do? So I got a lot of scrapbooking done. But this is my first week back at a full 5 day split, and honestly, I'm just so happy to be in the gym. Like I'm just there. I was like, I get to do everything I want to do now.
If you don't realize that how much of a privilege it is until it's taken away from you for a while.
That's very true. You know, and that was, honestly, that was one reason why I kind of felt bad posting that video, a couple weeks ago where or last week, I guess, where I was really vulnerable about how I was feeling in the gym because I had not let myself look at myself really, and then I go get to train back once and I'm like, I want to see my back with a pump because I haven't really looked at it. And then it was like, I lost 6 years of progress in 2 months.
No.
And so I'm sitting there crying, and then like here I am being a baby when I am thankful that I'm able to train. And I feel bad having this response, but I want people to know like we have these emotions still, and like although I do feel privileged,
Anyone would feel that way.
I had
It's
friends
rough.
calling me, they were like, you had me in my car crying. And I was like, I'm
Oh.
sorry. I was like, I'm in the bathroom of the gym, like, I'm small and fat. What happened? It's like 2 months off. I'm like, oh my God, big
It
baby.
does make me wonder, like, how I got through the whole COVID season. Like, in Singapore was like full lockdown, and I was just like training out of bands, full
Hmm.
block bands for an hour and a half.
I actually was able to get because one, our gym stayed open a little bit longer. Like they only closed our gym because people were complaining about the gym being open,
hmm
like people around
Right.
the area. Because we were still, it was technically
Operating.
not considered should be open. And then the owner of that gym pulled a lot of his equipment into his garage. So I was able to go train there sometimes. But I had this little setup that had like it had a pull down, it had like a little fly, and it was a Smith machine. And I think I had four 45-pound plates and some 25s and some bands. And it did have a low cable and a high cable. And that was when back when Justin was living with me, and we would just train. We weren't living together then, actually, but we, knew each other, and he would just come over and we would just train in the garage. We did have a barbell too, and that was all we could do. But hey, it was a lot better than nothing. But it was a rough time, and but a lot of that too, people's mental health took a huge hit because everybody's stuck
Yeah.
in the house. There's no social interaction, everything. But I think a lot
And
of that.
and some people don't get along with their families,
Mhm.
Hmm.
so they are stuck at home with people that they don't get along well with.
Yeah, that's sad. Do y'all want to talk about the Arnold?
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I'm
You know
actually
what I
open
am actually
to.
excited to see is some of the way these wellness girls are coming in. Like the wellness girls are not coming to play. I'm
Yes.
like,
I am
what
really
the
okay.
frick?
Hold on. Let's start with I made a PowerPoint.
Okay, we'll go through your PowerPoint. I'm sorry. I'm just like every day I see a new 3 day out glutes on these wellness girls, and I'm like, motherfucker,
All right.
how?
So
I find
it's
like this is the most genetically determined division.
So much.
yeah, it really is. Now I'm not going to make any predictions because I don't know everybody. So I just want to
Mm,
talk about people that I do know and how I feel like or excitement about them. But y'all can do whatever because y'all may know people I don't, etc. But here's our open list. Y'all can see this, right?
Hmm.
yeah,
I'm actually really excited for Martin Fitzwater here. I think he's going to surprise some people. Hottie, obviously, and Nick Walker. I'm excited to see how he does. We've got is is that Andrew Jacked? Is
And you're
that
jacked.
is
Yep.
that
yeah.
who
That's
that
Andrew
is?
Jack.
And
It's
then
his full name,
eh, I know most of these, but it's actually a small competitor list. I thought for the Arnold.
That's it for the
but it's a
open?
pretty strong list. It's
This is
quite
the
an exciting list, even
yeah.
though they picked like a pretty good few competitors, 12 people to really like hype up. Is it
I like
12?
it though. I like that it's small.
No.
I'm honestly surprised that
Yeah.
Samson's not in it.
Yeah,
He said
I
on there,
thought he
he did a post that he was taking more time to grow to make sure that he came in better for the Olympia.
I mean, I agree
Olympian.
with that because he's stated like
Hmm.
perpetual prep, like you can't do
Hmm.
Olympia, Arnold all the time because they're 6 months apart. Um, I think we are going to go to the Olympia this year. I think I've convinced Zach for us to go to Vegas
Hmm.
again. Because he's very ADD, and so he gets these hyperfixations. So his hyperfixation of the month is baccarat gambling, and
Oh
so
God.
I'm like
Of
taking
the
advantage.
month.
I'm like, ooh, now's the perfect time to get him nailed in for Vegas, you know. And so I got him on board, and I'm like, yeah, you're in it
She
now,
starts
buddy.
like getting him like extra baccarat stuff just to like keep the addiction flowing.
Yeah, and
We
so
got to keep this going.
I'm already booking it, so you can't like take it back. No backsies. And so he's like, oh, I'll just go to the casino while you go to the Olympia, and I'm like, bet.
Perfect.
Sounds like
And
a
that's a
perfect.
Perfect.
great plan.
Yeah, I was like, I'm down with that because I don't want to walk the expo. I want to sit there and watch it. So
Hmm.
I may actually bite the bullet for like a VIP ticket if it's just me because when we went last year, this past year, they were like the seating was almost completely full with VIPs before they even let regular ticket people go sit. And I was like,
Yeah,
listen, why are we standing in line? Like we're here early. I'm like, let me sit down. And luckily, Christina, Joey had a VIP ticket, so she grabbed my stuff for me and put them in some seats in the back row. And I was like, thank you. So then I was just able to stand in line. But yeah, we would have had to sit like way off to the side. I was having to watch the screen, and I'm there in person. I'm still having to watch the screen. So no, I'd rather have a VIP ticket. And then hopefully next year I'm there with us all competing.
that was my experience 2022 when I watched the Olympia. If you're general seating, you're gonna be watching from the screen.
Yeah,
It's pretty
Hmm.
much just going to be like for you to just experience the atmosphere, but you're not really going to be expecting to see anything. Like if you're gonna be watching from the screen, you will much enjoy sitting at home with the pay-per-view.
yep.
Hmm.
That's how I feel about football games. I'd rather be at home. It's a cool atmosphere, but it gets hot in Georgia in the summer. Like, I don't
Hmm.
want to sit in a hot stadium for hours. I-
Who do you think is gonna who do you think is gonna win an open? We'll call it predictions.
It's hard one. It's a hard one.
I
I
want to
will talk about
say,
who I like just like Heather, because I don't do a deep dive. so I can't comment.
Right.
Hmm.
But I really like the more aesthetic guys like um Andrew Jack. I really like his
Hmm.
structure.
I like his structure a lot too.
Just needs to make sure that he comes in a little bit harder from behind.
Yeah, he's always he hasn't quite nailed conditioning yet. Um,
Yeah.
but he does get better every time. And like I think who was it that competed against Jordan Hutchinson in Texas Pro and then again at another show and they were like neck and neck both times. Oh,
Was
I
it
can't
not
remember.
Andrew? I know
I
Andrew
think
has
it
done tech.
I was like, I feel like it was
Andrew.
Andrew.
Hmm.
But I think my personal opinion is your top
No, it
four.
wasn't Andrew. It was he did like 6 shows last year. He was with Matt Jensen and they went through like that whole thing. He left Matt and then they got into like who was the guy? Who was a baby?
Yeah, Corey will know. Who
What's his
competed in
name?
Texas Pro
The
against
one that was with
Jordan?
Matt Jensen and then did the whole YouTube video on how he fucked him over. What's his name?
Oh,
The
is
black
it
guy?
Quinton? Quinton?
Clinton?
Yeah, Quentin. It was Quentin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Quentin. He's the one who did like 6 shows and he and him and Martin went like toe to toe a bunch of times.
I hate how I remember people by drama. See,
Oh,
that
I
is not how.
know. Well, the only reason is because Corey was going through that kind of he was in the Matt Jensen drama because Matt was his coach at the time
Okay.
too. So it
Yeah.
was kind of like they were having a very parallel experience.
I
Um,
remember us talking about that because I had
hmm
left Matt at the end of 23.
hmm
Um, but I think I my top four would be Hottie, Martin, Andrew, and Nick. I could be wrong though.
hmm Yeah, I think
Muhammad
Andrew's
Foda
gonna
is
win.
looking really good.
Say
Who?
The
again.
Foda guy, Muhammad Foda, he's
I don't
looking
think I
really
even
good.
know who that is. I'd have to go find his profile.
I'll send you guys the Instagram profile, but I do think he could be potentially a shock of the show.
Mhm.
That's
And I
awesome.
want to see how Nick Walker does coaching himself.
Yeah, that's
He
interesting to
just
me.
he take. I feel like Nick takes like the most terrible pics. Like that mirror selfie like he posted of his legs like he's I don't know he's just to me I really respect his work ethic and his ability to just not give up
He's just
but
a mass
he's
monster.
not aesthetic.
No, he's not
He's
aesthetic,
not
but
to
he's a
me.
mass monster. But he
Yeah.
doesn't have now. I think he's gotten better with waist control and bringing the waist in a little bit, but it's
It's not it's
still
even like the shape of his legs and the way they I just
he's
it's to me
blocky.
it's I bless his heart like he has a drive that just won't quit and I do respect that but I can't only imagine what his body has gone through like it's a lot for this many years
This
to
is
keep
this is
going.
going to be like the most exciting. I think I'm like most excited for Classic.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
excited to see Sam Sulek on a pro stage and pro debut at where he went amateur. Angela made that point earlier.
And
And
he's
then
another one that coaches himself. So that's
mhm.
impressive.
And then I know Mike Summerfield obviously because he's done. And then Wesley, I think, is one of the top competitors, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these guys, unfortunately. I just need to get better about following every division.
Kim Angel is great. He's another one. Came from men's physique.
Hmm.
Um, Paul Kanu, fantastic structure as well. I'll send it to both of you. Ethan Goari is from Australia, so he will be like the nation's pride for this show. Um, Andreas Mamoni, I'm a big fan. Very aesthetic guy as well. Like I like classic if they model over the kind of like structures of the kind of like the open guys in the 90s where they have like very
Hmm.
built arms and forearms. And I know I talk about this like in quite a few podcasts before because to me I think classic was created based off the way Arnold looked
Mhm.
or like the
Hmm.
golden era guys, and I feel like that's what the structure should be and not like a smaller version of open.
Hmm.
No, I totally
Because
agree.
every division has a look.
It's kind
It's
of like
like
the figure
you don't
division.
just say, okay, it's like saying, is bikini a smaller figure? No, not entirely.
Well, that's what 212 is. It's a small bodybuilder, smaller
Yeah,
bodybuilder.
it's for short guys.
Whereas
but even
classic is more
then,
about
like
shape. Like, stop.
but even then, I do understand. Like, I think Jacoby posted about this before. He said like there's a specific look to 212 as well that just comes with the division evolving over time. Mm.
Yeah. It's definitely, I agree. I 100% agree with you. Like I like that. I don't like, I think that's what bodybuilding, that big part of it should be aesthetics, you know? Like that plays a role in it. It shouldn't just be like how much muscle can we pack onto this frame? Like we can't lo like I like that you're looking at shape and structure.
Yeah, I would always prioritize like proportions, number one, conditioning, number two, size, number three, or you could put conditioning and size neck to neck. But I feel like structure should always be at the forefront because that is what differentiates
Yep.
every single class. Like we want to bring the the general public, we want to expose them to the sport. Then you got to help them understand what's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't
Exactly.
want to like show them like representatives of like the different winners of every class, and they're like, these are just people with muscle.
Yep.
Because trust me, the general person who watches bodybuilding shows, they literally have no clue on how to look at proportions. They can't.
No, they
Mm-hmm.
So it
don't.
needs to be clear.
My husband doesn't even know what division I compete in, Tonya. He doesn't
Oh
know.
my God.
He doesn't. He's like, what do you do again? Figure.
Oh yeah.
And he always shows people my WPD photos from North Americans. And I'm like, no, show them my Tupelo pictures, please. He's like, oh yeah, look at my life.
That's
Yeah.
that's
He doesn't know.
like
He's like, you're
showing
in a
it.
bikini, you have a tan with muscles.
It's sparkly, you stink,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why like I am so impressed too with wellness because it's just like when you understand like they really have to put so much more detail in that lower body training and to be able to even the genetic freaks like to put that much muscle on their lower half and also to get that lean and still
Yeah,
have that amount of muscle is just like it
It
is
is very impressive.
structure and shape to like that I don't know it just it impresses me like so much that they can do that and get that lean and maintain that much mass just in the lower half like how
Well, I
it's
think too,
crazy.
what's so
like
impressive is that glute hamstring connection area for them.
yeah,
That's a
and how
very
deep the lines are,
hard spot to develop.
and
Very
and you
hard.
know what? It's how full they look going on stage without pumping them up
Hmm.
because you can't pump the legs.
Yep. Because they get
Hmm.
watery. Yep.
And they look hard as nails and it's just like how and keeping the waist like 23 inches with the glutes that full is like how it's just like the
I
detail that's
do
involved in that is unbelievable.
I do think a counterpoint to this though is that we are seeing the harshest drug protocols in females in wellness.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We are
So I
seeing
will bring this
much higher
up.
drugs in women's physique.
I want to
I'm
see
glad,
some actual
um,
protocols, so if either of you have them, please send them to me because I want to know. I'm not saying I'm going to
I
do
don't
that.
know actual protocols, but what I can tell you, there is what something that a lot of like the wellness girls do because like I mentioned, you can't pump up the lower body. So and especially if it's like you're eating a lot of carbs prior
Right.
to that, what are you gonna use? Insulin.
Hmm.
That's what they
Hmm.
do. I don't speak for all, but there is definitely someone out there doing that. And the other one that I heard, and I've like watched other podcasts, they mentioned this before. Like Corey would know this as well. Like it's probably one of Corey's favorite drugs would be your Anadrol and the Superdrol.
Hmm.
Because like you take that, you don't okay, Anadrol you might hold some water, but Superdrol is basically oral masteron. So it just makes sense water intramuscular and you just puff up.
Hmm.
But you literally look like a cartoon character
Uh-huh. Because
within
you're so
two,
lean.
3 months of taking it.
Hmm.
But it's very harsh on the liver. It's like the most toxic oral.
Hmm.
That's why it's mainly like only used like max 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, going into a show. And I've heard like wellness girls using that.
I've seen trend too in some protocols for females.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
Men's physique, because we still have to get into the females.
Okay,
I know
I'll just say
men,
like I watch men's physique because the guys are handsome, some of them. And it's basically the men's bikini. So
yeah,
it's just
They're
they're just
handsome.
they are
I
pretty
know
boys, yeah.
honestly, I think like for men's physique to do well, you have to be good looking.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It is more pageantry, kind of, yeah. So Emmanuel Hunter is mine. So he's the one I'm rooting for. But I know
Mm.
Brandon Hendrickson's a big name in men's physique. And
Yeah.
then I don't know any of these other people. That's all I know is those two.
Is your
Um,
client, is he how many, is this his first year or he's been like he's done this before? Like what's his level of experience with
I
competing?
should know that,
Okay.
but I don't.
Sorry I asked.
I do know that
We'll
he
get back
has
to us with
his,
that.
I do know that they have their own show. So he has the
Uh,
Hunter Classic in Alabama in October. So he's established enough to have his own NPC show.
okay.
Hmm.
Which I have to ask Andrea because I'm sponsoring Triple O and I want to do Triple O next year, but it's not Morph sponsoring it. Like the banner has Heather Tillery on it.
Cool.
And so
That's so
I
cool.
have to ask
Congrats.
her like, hey, if I'm planning on doing this show next year, can I still sponsor it? Like, is that a conflict of interest?
I think so. That would
Probably.
be kind of weird, I feel like. No?
Well, and if I did do well, I wouldn't want people to think it was because of
That's what I'm saying. Like I can like you're in on the winning like you're in the winner circle picture with sponsored by Heather Tillery in the back.
Mm.
yeah.
That could be I don't know. A little questionable.
All right, fitness. Allison Kramer's y'all's teammate.
Yeah.
I expect her to do incredibly
Phenomenal.
well. She's
Hmm.
second place Olympia, right?
I
Um,
think she'll take it. I
I
think
think
she
she'll
will
take
take
it
it.
too. And
Like the structure is whew,
yeah,
whew.
she's great. And then Tamara Vaughn,
What's this thing?
she was at the Olympia, but I don't think no, she did Night of Champions in November. She's my athlete too. Ended up injuring herself, so she didn't get to finish the show. But she's Masters Olympia qualified, and you got some good competitors here, but Allison Kramer to me is a really good package because she's definitely the most aesthetic and she's lean. But I know it depends on their routines. But
I haven't seen any like routine. I do follow her on Instagram, but I don't know if I sometimes I miss things, but I don't know if she posted like any. Do they really like ever tease with the routines?
I don't think many of them do. I
Hmm.
really don't. I think they keep it a lot to themselves. Um,
Because I feel
bikini,
like all I've seen is like physique check-in things with
yeah,
her.
yeah, same. I haven't seen any like performance updates.
Hmm.
But even like your Miss Olympia, I haven't seen because I would have thought she was a figure competitor.
Hmm.
Like she's got great structure. Um, all right, bikini. Laura Lee, obviously, is a big one. Ashley Kaltweiser has the most pro wins in history, I think. So she's always a top competitor. And then honestly need to get a lot better with bikini too. But I have a hard time with bikini because I don't know what they're looking for.
Hmm.
Like those girls look, to me, bikini is one of the hardest divisions to do well in because they
It is.
all look so similar. And because they aren't super, super shredded, you don't get to compare fine details as much to bring a little bit more contrast. And so they all have a very similar shape. I know there's a lot of drama in bikini after the Olympia. But because the girl who won, they said she was just had the most balance and didn't really give any indication why she did so well. But I think I think people are going to be watching bikini because of that more so. So
I
if you
don't know.
did,
Laura Lee looks. Did you see that check-in she just posted a couple days ago?
yeah, I
With
think Laura Lee's got
she's
it. I really
freaking
do.
shredded. She is shredded. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna fill her out, but like her waist looks like it's like 18 inches. She was
Yeah.
like this, and you could like she could put her hands all the way around her waist. It was crazy. I'm like, holy shit. She's lean. She's very lean. Very, very, very lean.
Well, I think too
I'm curious
that's
to see
created that
Ashlyn.
space with Fit Model. What were you saying, Tanya?
Oh, I'm curious to see Ashlyn. I like
Ashlyn
Ashlyn.
Little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She also looks like she looks improved. They both look really crazy.
And Ashlyn has been in the mix for like years.
Mm-hmm.
She's like slowly climbing, like her ranking just improves every year. Even if it's a very small jump, subtly, she's there.
I do like how small they're keeping the classes. Like I like this like limit of competitors. All right. Here's your wellness girls. Danny's gonna be a good one to watch. I've always liked Alexis Drury's shape. Cassandra, though, Cassandra looks better than I have ever seen her. I like her shape, but to me, there's always been something a little off
Are
there.
her boobies smaller? Her boobs look smaller.
And that's what I was gonna say. She's always been very like top dominant for
Yeah.
wellness. Granted, I
Yeah.
think she was a figure girl at one point. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she was figure and then moved down.
Yeah, she was bigger
Um,
first.
and so but I think this is the best wellness look I've ever seen for her. I think her conditioning is incredible, and she has gotten more of a true wellness structure to her. Very excited to see how she does. And then, um, Giselle, right?
Oh, Giselle's doing that one. I haven't seen updates from
Well,
her.
there's a couple of Giselles, and I don't know the last names like I should.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this is
Oh,
Giselle or if this is a different
let me
one.
see. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's gonna be it. Oh, and oh, Marissa Andrews is in there. This is her first show in a long time. Dr. Marissa now. That's
Is that Miss Minnie Beast or whatever her name was?
I think so.
She's got really dark hair now, and she
Yeah,
used to be kind of blondish. Yeah.
she looks absolute. Her the glutes on her. She's Sunny Andrews' sister.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. She's always had a beautiful
Their
structure
glutes are freaking insane. I don't know. I
Yeah.
know there's quite. I know Sunny Andrews' glutes were always like very questionable of the legitimacy of them.
because the
Um,
shape of them, they weren't round. They
yeah,
were, but I understand that because my butt kind of does that. Like you can see the separation between my glute max and medius really well, and it's not
Mm,
like a round look.
there
That's
was
what I
just
said. I
something
want
that didn't
wellness
move
glute
so natural
dominance.
about it. But Marissa looks absolutely crazy, and to go through medical school like she just graduated not that long ago, so she's a dentist, and to do that while in prep is like unbelievably impressive to me. Like just so. But I think it's going to be my call on wellness. This is the first time it's going to be Cass, number one, Rayanne, and then Marissa Andrews, three. Calling it right
I would
now.
love to see Cass win.
I think it's going to be.
I
I
think
just
it's
saw
her
an update
time.
from Rayanne too, and like her, she also. That's how you say her name, right? Say these names. Yeah, Rayanne Fogel. Like she. I think she is the epitome of wellness. Like again, she's just like structurally so crazy. So crazy. Crazy,
Hang
crazy,
on just a
crazy.
second. I've got to mute myself. My husband's trying to deal with his phone.
Oh my God. Sweetie.
I don't know how to mute this. I'm just gonna walk away.
What's your top three for the wellness?
I'll be honest, I don't know everyone, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't comment.
Mm,
Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm not as familiar with wellness as I am bikini. And it's mainly because like I have like a close girlfriend that competes in bikini.
hmm
She shares out with me, at least I have like some awareness, but
Yeah.
I don't have that with like wellness. But it has me like definitely wanting to pay attention though, is Arnold.
Who's your prediction for the bikini for winner?
I want Ashlyn to win, but I don't know if she will be there because she's not a tall girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the taller you are, the more you stand out in terms of the presence. And I think like that's why Lorelai,
Mm-hmm.
and Isa Pacini, they always stand out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is she shorter? I don't know how
Ashlyn,
tall she, but I do know the last one that you just said. I think
yeah, yeah, she's
it's
pretty
like
tall. I
there's
think,
something about that long torso in bikini that's just
yeah,
like
it
it's
throws
so
it off a bit.
aesthetic, it's so attractive.
Who are we talking
Yeah,
about?
but we're talking about bikini. I told Angela I can't give predictions for wellness because surprising I'm not as familiar with wellness as I am bikini, only because I have another girlfriend that competes in bikini, and that's why I have a little bit more of an insight. Um, but going back to what Angela was saying, like, whether it's long torso or not, I personally think if like if you're gonna be in heels, like for a division in heels, generally as a female, like if you have longer limbs to your torso, it's an advantage compared to like
Hmm.
long torso and short limbs. And the only time that perhaps a longer torso and short limbs kind of works in a division with heels is probably wellness. And I've noticed like there's a certain height that most of the divisions would slightly favor. Like I noticed for wellness, you're either really short
Short.
or you're really tall.
Yeah, a lot of
And
them are
then
like
for
5'2",
figure,
5'3",
yeah, and with figure, it's like
5'5", 5'7", usually.
really because like someone was telling me it's like 5'4", 5'5".
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see that because 5'5" is very like I'm 5'5", and on
Okay.
stage I'm about the same height as most everybody,
Mm,
so that makes sense.
yeah, and then bikini, it's like taller
Yeah,
than
I can see
figure.
that like five
Yeah,
six,
but
five
from what I
eight
noticed.
range.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot more tall classic guys.
which is good because
Hmm.
I think like for classic, if you are taller, it's an advantage.
Yeah, so
It's harder
definitely
to fill up
they
the
can
weight gap.
hold that aesthetic a lot better. And I mean, they because they have weight caps, like they're just allowed to be bigger when they're taller.
Yeah, and you have more room.
So the
But
waist can
obviously, the
stay
small
small.
guy is going to be more compact. Sorry, I sound my rest because I actually just recovered from a cough. So I'm really glad that we didn't choose to record 2 days ago. But no, but I think like shorter guys, you'll be more compact. But when the tall guys fill out, it's lights out.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like Chris Bumstead. I mean, nobody's gonna touch him for a little while, but honestly, Mike Sommerfeld posted a update the other day, and he looks really incredible. I was really impressed with his structure. Like, I think he's got good potential. Um,
And the bear, Miracle Bear, or whatever. I don't know what his real name is, but
are you
First,
not Urs? You know,
oh
he moved
yeah,
to
Earth.
bodybuilding.
Oh, completely?
I don't know about
yeah, no,
completely.
he's moved up to open like
Yeah.
just like last year. I think what was it he competed in? Was it France
Prague?
Pro? Was it
Yeah,
France?
it's
Or was it
Prague.
Pro?
Was it Prague?
France?
I think so.
Or was it
I think he
Germany?
competed against Keon,
Hmm.
right?
Did he?
I'm gonna look him up. Um, and I think Keon's trying to move to open, like more permanently.
I don't know why.
I do. Like if you think about it,
He's structurally crazy. He's probably like the craziest bodybuilder of all time. But
yeah, I've known Keon a really long time. I was at Junior USA's with Keon when he went pro. Not with him, but like
Mhm.
there. Like I met Keon at Junior USA's.
So I mean you're close to him personally.
Yeah, he used to live here. Like we used to train together.
mhm.
Okay.
And so I mean, granted, it's been years and years and years or whatever, but um when like Keon has already accomplished everything that he can accomplish in 212. Like, yeah, can he
Yeah.
keep winning and stacking up a paycheck? Yeah, but if you look at the paycheck gap between 212 and open, you're talking about
Mm.
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And the
And
kind of opportunities that you're getting.
the challenge. So when you have that mindset and drive, like Keon very well could win open bodybuilding very soon. And do I think this year? No, but he very well could be hard to beat with his genetic structure because he has a very small waist. And why stop yourself at 212 when you know you have the genetic potential to be the literal best in the world? So I think for him, it's okay. I've done this now. I still need a challenge. It keeps it from being
Mm.
boring,
It'll be
you know.
interesting.
Like rather than
Yeah,
it
but
just
people
being
like
like
he has like basically no
so
competition in 212 though, so he gets to say he's Mr. Olympia in 212 for like 8 times in a row if he does that.
yeah.
So
And two, like I was thinking, I can't find hers. I don't know what his Instagram handle is. I'm looking, but I was thinking like I've always had these milestones, where before when I was going into North Americans, especially because my husband doesn't live in this world with me, I told God, I was like, don't let me go pro unless competing is what you want in my future. Because if I go pro, I'm not gonna just stop at the title. Like I'm gonna compete as a pro. But
I
if
really find it a waste when people get the pro card and they never compete again. But it might be, just what they sought out to achieve, and that was that.
yeah, it's like, hey, check, done it, move on. But for me, that's not
Mm.
the love of the sport. That's chasing this like status marker, and then
Yeah.
moving on. And so and that's fine for some people. That's fine. If that's your lifestyle, okay, okay, check this box. Now I want to go achieve something else in a different realm. Totally fine. That's your prerogative. I'm not that adaptable to other things, and so I need to focus on bodybuilding. Don't let me try to hit a ball or ski or something. I will
Well,
push off.
to just play devil's advocate on that one just a little bit, it's like you don't until you get pro, you realize now the bar has just been raised about 100. Like you're now with the big boys, and just physically, some people, especially if you turn pro later in life,
Hmm.
your body it just won't let you go there. Like
Yeah.
the juice is not worth the squeeze. Like you have to really like it's very difficult, and you're very special if you get to turn pro in this sport, and then to compete against
Yeah.
other pros is another level. So I think that there's a lot of people that want to do it that just physically the body's just not going to allow that. Like the health is going to take too much of a dip. It's too
Hmm.
much
Yeah, and they've
at
got
that point. So yeah.
families to take care of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And also it's way more expensive. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I think the intent may be there to compete, and then once you get to that point, you're just like,
Yeah. Life just
other life
changes.
circumstances.
Hmm.
Of course, there's some people that just are like, I'm good with pro, I don't want to, and then they retire from the sport and that's it.
Yeah.
But I think there's more to it. I think when you really have, I think if you have the work ethic and the drive of what it takes to become a pro, most people just aren't going to lose that overnight. There's other
Right.
circumstances that are going to cause that to not to be able to continue. It's probably very depressing for most of them to some
Yeah,
degree.
I think it's more like of a challenge after turning pro, especially if you're based where I'm at. I'm not talking about Australia, but Australia is part of the category with the rest of Asia Pacific. And so we turn pro here, and especially if you're in anything but bikini, men's physique, and classic, you don't have a lot of shows here. Like in
Yeah.
the past, before last year and this year, it was literally one figure pro show every year in Asia only one.
Wow.
So last
Okay.
year, the year I competed, it was just Korea. And that's the only show that I did. And I did Korea because Justin Harrell didn't think that I was ready to go to the United States yet. But it was not so much that I wasn't ready. It's more so because if I go to the US and compete, I want to make sure I am actually ready enough to be in the mix. If not, I'm going to spend 20K to be like lost in
Yeah.
the crowd
To
because
be 16th place.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
Yeah, so it's good thing like figure is growing in Asia. So this year we have like 4 or 5, I think maybe 4, 5 figure shows, which is good to see, but it's still not a lot.
Yeah, it's really not.
And yeah, and like not everyone has the financial means to spend 20K to go to the US and compete every year.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
I
true.
gotta figure something out if I'm gonna be there every year too.
Hmm.
And that was
Yeah.
the conversation, like Zachary and I had to have after this last year, like, and especially like with me getting my chest redone, like women's physique was something I was willing to consider in the future. But now, like, am I willing to like train chest hard and heavy again to build pecs? Probably not. And it
Mm,
depends on too, like, I was telling Angela, like, it depends this year where we see the divisions going as far as size goes,
Hmm.
because there's a size level that I'm not willing to walk around at or not willing to push the drugs because genetically I have to fight my upper body to grow so much because my legs take all they just grow, whereas my upper body doesn't. And I lose tissue there very quick, as we've seen. And so, um, for me, it's like if this division is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I, maybe I do stop and just support the division as like a
Hmm.
judge or something. Which I love bodybuilding. So they are going to let me start like test judging in Tennessee and
Hmm.
like expediting so I can learn. But they were talking about how much better of an athlete you become when you know like the scorecards and every exact little detail that they're looking at. So I think that would be cool. But, you know,
You don't think that figure's gonna get bigger? I don't think so though, because
I
as
hope
from what
not.
last year, they go down. They're
Yeah.
really pulling down on it.
And I see that at the Olympia level, but what we don't see it at as the actual pro level. Because at like these pro shows, like they are choosing the really large girls and then they're not placing well at the Olympia because the judging isn't consistent sometimes.
Yeah,
You have judges that prefer mass over structure, or like for Tupelo, they preferred a structure over conditioning, which I agree. Structure should, like for figure especially, should take precedence. But you have different judges that favor different things, and so I kind of wish that the Olympia judges would be like, hey, I want to make sure that we trickle the standard down. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but I'm nervous about the figure division with seeing the size of some of these amateurs even, you know, and I think
Hmm.
that it's partly the coach's responsibilities to say, hey, if we're going to stay in this division, we cannot get larger. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
yeah,
just kind of where I'm at with it right now. But I love it and I want to stay in it. So I want figure to stay a reasonable size. Like I don't want to have to compromise my health to be competitive. I won't do that. Some people will, and that's on them. But I think too,
Hmm.
some of that comes with age and maturity and that feeling of like you start to feel your own mortality at a certain point. And I think a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people in their 20s haven't kind of understood that I might not bounce back from this like I normally do. Like as I age, that recovery gets harder and harder, and your body becomes more and more susceptible to side effects and, breakdown and stuff like that. So there's a certain point where, okay, as we continue aging, like, are we almost getting, I don't want to say like aged out of the sport, but like when the focus shifts more towards a health focus, like is the sport taking such a turn size wise where it's not a reasonable thing anymore for most people to be able to maintain their health? Like we have to, that's what I'm saying. We have to have a governor. We have to have something that says, okay, here are the guidelines. Like I would not be opposed to weight caps and figure or
yeah.
like women's
Even with
bodybuilding.
women's physique and women's bodybuilding, like there's if there's also some people in women's physique that need to move up.
Yeah, there are. Like I love Bex
Yeah.
Spencer. I think she does great in women's physique, and especially because this is her first, I think, true full-fledged season in women's physique because she finally got to have like a real women's physique off season. But I think she would kill bodybuilding. Did y'all hear her?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't, that's the other thing. I'm like, why wouldn't you? I don't get it. Yeah. Um,
Angela, did you need? I know you got to watch
yeah,
your
I
kid.
do. I know I do gotta go. Actually, I have a dealing
oh.
with some salon drama, so
Today
I
was a
do
lot of
have to
fun,
go.
as
Yeah,
always.
it
No, I
always
thought like there was a
is.
lot of productive conversation in this one as
Uh-huh.
usual.
Yeah.
I love how we never have a plan, and yet somehow it seems to come together.
It's always good.
I don't know why my boxer is like barking at my
But
door.
that's how I know like that's how the conversation is going to be like if like the 3 hours go for coffee and it's just gonna be like that.
Mhm.
It's just catch
With
up time with
with
my
with
girlfriends.
maybe just a little bit less filter.
Maybe just a little.
Like,
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, just gotta be, don't want to offend anyone. Yeah.
I care, but
Um,
I don't care sometimes because the
hmm
world's really sensitive, but it really shouldn't be. Like,
Yeah.
exactly. World is too sensitive. Um, but yeah, there was actually something I was like thinking of was a good topic, but I like completely forgot about it. So I still don't even remember what it was. So that's good.
we'll text it in the group and we'll plan it for
Yeah.
next week.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh God, the salon's calling me, but you guys have an awesome day.
All right.